17 games down, 17 to go. What is your big takeaway from the first half of the season?
I think the belief in the group that we have and the mentality that we have. I mean, 17 games through, top of the table. You couldn't really ask for more. And I think that togetherness in the group as well. We've really come, I think, a long way from our preseason trip in Portugal. Really working for each other and believing in each other, and it's shown in the first half of the season. So just got to continue with that momentum into the second half of the season.
If the first half teaches you anything, is it that you never know what's around the corner?
Yeah, and I think to just really, I mean, to play the entire game, because obviously we've had multiple last minute winners, last minute equalizers, and I think it just has really taught me the belief in our group that we have, that no matter what the scoreline is, no matter where we're playing at, that we can always get a result. We can always, if we do stick to what we know what we can do, we can always come out with at least a point and hopefully 3 points,
How surprised are you by your role in the team? Because honestly, if you'd asked me at the start of the year, I probably would have had you on the bench and I would have had Pablo in the starting 11. But he gets hurt, and everybody I talk to is like, Emeka's like the breakout guy. I mean, he's like locked it down. What would they have done if Pablo was healthy? And I'm like, that's hypothetical. He's not healthy. I don't know how that would have played out. Are you surprised by the role you have on the team now?
It's always been my goal to, even last year I was saying it. I wanted to play as many games as possible. I think I played a decent amount of games last year. And then coming to this year, I've just grown a little bit from last year. I mean, as a player, as a person. And I think when you really just try and focus on how you can improve yourself, from a day-to-day basis, and obviously from last year, I think you can achieve a lot of things. So, like, coming into the season, I wasn't really focused on any, like, specific outcome or, like, I want to score this many goals. I want to get this. I just wanted to be better than I was last year and play as many games as I can. And so I think I progressed in that way pretty well. And it's something that I want to keep up with throughout the rest of the season.
The team, on one hand, there's a lot of guys back from last year, but it also seems really different. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious if when you look at the difference, is it the level that Chicho was playing at, because you only had him for 11 games last year? Is it a breakout for Andres, who's just caught fire? I mean, Catranas is just joining the group, and he's been playing at a high level. What is the biggest change between this year and last year when you start looking at specific guys?
I think one of the biggest changes is honestly, how we approach the game with the ball, and I think that highlights some players obviously that we have. But I think a little bit last year we were less ball dominant, kind of played more on transition, and that kind of takes away some qualities of some guys that we have. Well, when we have the ball more often, and you get players like Chicho on the ball, Andreas going 1v1, Alex serving and crosses, it really suits them. And then I think it just suits all of us as well, because then when we have the ball more, we kind of control the game more. And if you can control the game more, you usually control most of the chances. And from last year, I think we've always known that we're such a good team defensively and, repressing in our mentality. But then I think when you add how we play with the ball now and trying to be ball dominant, it really comes together, and you can really form some good partnerships, which I think we have these past 17 games, and it's been going well.
Defensively, you guys were spectacular for a long run there, but you have given up 8 goals in the last 4 games. Mm-hmm. Do you have to get something back on the other side of the break, or do you feel like the way you were pressing Austin in the first half, you were back to being what you'd been in March and in April?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at some of the goals we conceded, like some mistakes, which is going to happen, like mistakes happen every single time, and especially with the way we want to play with the ball, the way we want to press, mistakes are going to happen. So I think, honestly, some of the goals that we've conceded we've conceded them, but they haven't been like any tactical breakdowns or anything like that where we've missed an assignment or we didn't all press together. So I think when you concede those type of goals, it's like, okay, they're going to happen. We're going to react to it. We're going to play better the next game. But I don't think it's really like a cause for panic or anything. So I think the way we played against Austin, everyone was dialed in. There wasn't that many mistakes. Like, that's how a lot of the games have gone, other than like Colorado and Dallas where we conceded 3. So it's like, I don't think really a big deal. I think our defense has been fantastic, both keepers, Zach and Gavin, center backs, fullbacks, everyone's just been fantastic defensively. So I think just continuing on building on how we've been these past 17 games, making sure to stay focused for the full 90 minutes and then see what happens.
You also scored 14 goals in the last 4 games. How much of that is sustainable? Because obviously the attack, it's been good all year and it seems to be getting better, but 14 in 4 games sounds like an outrageous number.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I think with the way we play, how aggressive we are defensively, like we create plenty of chances, just winning the ball high up the field, which can lead to a lot of goal-scoring opportunities. But then also, as I was saying earlier, I think being a little bit more ball-dominant, we're creating a lot of chances through our build-up because we can really build up through the back and then sustain attacks in the attacking third for a long period of time, especially at home when we can do that. Like, by the time it gets to the 30th minute and we've had the ball for so long in the attacking third and the other teams are just running, like they're so tired they really can't. Like, Austin honestly stopped pressing halfway through the first half. So I think if we continue to do that, like over over 90 minutes, the chances will come. As you've seen, we scored a lot of late minute equalizers, and I think it's a testament to how we always stick to what we're trying to do, how we always trying to, sustain attacks in the attacking third, wear teams down, and as we continue to do that, chances will come from our pressing, chances will come. So I think we have also a lot of areas of where we create chances. Like, it's not only through pressing, it's not only through, our build-up. We also score goals on transition, against Sounders. Our first goal is a counterattack. So I think having multiple different ways to score, it goes a long way in a long season because you're not going to be able to score just one way and win every single game. Like, there's going to be games are going to be different, when you play on the road, at home, different opponents. So you might have to score on the counter. You might have to nick a ball away. You might have to have a nice build-up of 20, 25 passes. So, having all of those different ways to score goals and obviously some really, really talented players, it's good.
A couple new players come in from Europe, so you've got to get them into the mix with Crooks and Katranis, and then all new assistant coaches, and they get to run training sessions, and they change the game model and the way you play, as you've referenced. Are you surprised all of that has come together as quickly as it has over these first 17 games?
Yeah, no, it's come together really quickly. I mean, I remember we went to Portugal, I think, a week or two into preseason, and that's when we really started to try and harp on the way we wanted to play. And obviously, in preseason, like, it was a little bit jumbled, new coaches, some new players. Alex was coming in over then. And so there was a little bit of a learning curve, obviously. I think the guys that we have on the team, we're really good with feedback and applying it. So I think we've done that really quickly over the 17 games that we've had. But there's also still, I think, some ways to go. You always want to be growing as the season goes along because you want to finish at the highest point. So even though it is a new system, new coaches, new things, I think we've gelled really well the first 17 games, but there's definitely ways to go, and hopefully we can continue to grow and gel towards the end of the season.
So you get 5 days off. What do you do with your downtime mid-season?
5 days? Wednesday, Thursday, 4.
Okay.
I'm going to see some friends in Chicago. Just relax with them, take my mind off soccer for a little bit, because once it's a long season, 10, 11 months. If you're trying to stay focused, dialed in for the whole entire time, like, you're gonna burn out once it gets into, September, October, the really crunch time. So I think just, kick back, relax a little bit, and then enjoy those 4 days off. But then once we come back in for training on Sunday, just really dialed in and even hungrier to keep on winning.
Well, good luck. Thanks for a few minutes.
Appreciate that.
All right.